Hello, hello, hello! You are tuning into another episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's first topic, have the Ravens learned their lesson? Look! I was watching an episode of the Ripken Jr. show, right? And EDC was on there. And I'm not going to really play no stuff from it because it was kind of, overall, I'm not going to lie, I don't hate. It was just kind of like a very mellow, like there was no like bombs in it. But I listened anyways because I wanted to gain perspective in sometimes what EDC is thinking or what he does, his preparation, or what's going through his mind when he does certain things, right? And watching that video, it dawned on me that a lot of the things, even though it's an extremely hard job to do, and I want to say that before I go into it, right? Being a GM is not easy. That's number one. Number two, it's a thankless job, right? When they're winning and stuff like that, they're not saying, oh my God, you're so great, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's the GM, good job. And that's barely if you even get that, right? It's usually you're the person that's going to harbor a lot of the blame if you do not garner the talent that the team or players need to win. It's a fact. You can't even argue it. So I take that into consideration when I'm going in on EDC, right? But watching that episode, he talked about how he plans on having plans for the plans other teams have planned. And I'm talking about during the draft. You didn't hear what I just said. He has plans about plans that the other teams have planned from their plans. And if you think that's a little like, that's kind of weird what you're saying, he always had backup plans. He had contingency plans or contingency options always based on who would be available, who he think would be available, who would you expect to drop. And that's even a funny thing, right? Like, how do you expect someone to drop? Maybe even you're feeding, maybe sometimes being a team at the bottom, you might want a player to drop. So you could be, and I'm not saying because we don't know what it is, but that could be a tactic that some teams use to badmouth that player to get him to drop. Because if you put something out in the media, it could be from that team that truly wants that player, right? But they're not high enough in the draft to get him, so they create a narrative to get him to drop. That's another slimy way that people can get who they want. You got where I'm coming from? But he always said he had a contingency and backup plan for everything that was going on. And I think about some of the drafts that we've had, and I sit back and I say, man, I know it's not a surefire thing. I know it's not supposed to be perfect, but bruh, we've had some big misses. Misses in the first round. And there's been picks that have just worked out for us that even though you expect something, you don't expect that pick to be that. So I took a step back and I'm like, yo, have the Ravens really, truly learned their lesson from last year? Because here's my thing, and that hearing him talk about it, here's my thing. We always have been in the thick of things. I hate when fans don't understand that. We've been in the thick of everything. No matter what happens, we're winning games. A lot of times we have blowouts against a lot of great teams. But when the going gets tough, a lot of these players get running. And we don't stand sturdy and ready for turbulent storms. That's all I'm going to say. You understand where I'm coming from? Problems. Can you stand the rain? You know what I mean? You have to be able to weather the storm. And so far now, when every time the playoffs come, it's proved that the Ravens either lacked the coaching to weather the storm or lacked the talent to weather the storm. And that's why I'm asking that question. Do you guys think did they learn their lesson? Because we still didn't go out there and get a big free agent on the outside. We're still holding out hope that Bateman's going to be that guy. When a team plays you like how Kansas City played us, right? Technically, if everybody's in the middle of the field and they're coming down to drop the run, technically you're supposed to throw in that look. Technically. But if they could stick both your guys on the outside and they don't move off the line, then it's for naught. Because the pass rush is most likely going to get there. And then you have to hope to make a play. And that play might have been an amazing play just for you to get the ball off. But that play might only, for all the hard work, might only amount to 9 yards. That's what I mean with, do you guys think the Ravens have learned their lesson? Make no mistake about it. The Ravens team is going to win. One, because they've built their team so the floor is risen. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a high floor. High floor. And that's how they build their team. They're like, well, they're almost like the Steelers. Like, think about it. The Steelers have had crazy amounts of success. They won two titles with Ben Roethlisberger, and they haven't had a losing season since Mike Tomlin has taken over. So that's what I'm saying. It's almost like the Steelers thing. We've had bad years. We won 7 games, 8 games, and stuff like that, losing seasons. Usually it's because of injury. But be that as it may, we've had them. When you see where the Ravens have made mistake after mistake after mistake, Alejandro Villanueva not giving the ball to J.K., you know where I'm coming from? Getting rid of Judon. Like, all of these things have you know what I'm saying, mounted and kept growing until finally you have to start asking the questions like, bro, are you not learning your lesson? When you make a mistake, you learn from it. Or then if you don't learn from it, you're doomed to make that mistake numerous times. Just like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, when I was growing up, my mom and dad would say, don't touch that. Back then, that's all the parent needed. They didn't have to explain nothing to you. They'll say, hey, don't touch that. And if I touched it, looking at them and tried to touch it without them look, slap my hand. What did I just tell you? You're like, ow, that hurt. It's called consequences. Now, I know some of y'all don't believe in consequences for a child. But that's how I grew up. Consequences. You understand where I'm coming from? And I'm wondering if the Ravens have learned from their consequences to put their best foot forward. Because here's the thing. Even if EDC gives us an outside weapon, a player that can be dynamic, if we're still making the same coaching problems, well, guess what? We ain't winning nothing. That's a problem. It's a problem. So I sit here on this Mother's Day, this beautiful Sunday evening, and I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there, because I know everybody got a mom. God bless also. Have we put our proper foot forward? Because here's the thing, Raven fans, if we did not, if y'all thought the AFC Championship game hurt, could you imagine if they did that crap in the Super Bowl? Just imagine going through what we went through as a fan base. Finally getting to a Super Bowl. And the coaching staff goes, I forgot how to coach. I forgot how to call plays. I forgot what a football is. You get what I'm saying? And no one can tell me that can't happen, because we've already seen it happen in the AFC Championship game. But here we are, guys. Here we are. I'm asking, do y'all think the Ravens have learned their lesson? And do you think we have the true opportunity to win a title next year? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, all right? But as always, that's episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. Y'all know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. You know I love the comments. If you have not done so already, check out The Wunderkind Show's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content goodness waiting for your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And if you would like to donate to this channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. And the name of it is The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Dr. signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Happy Mother's Day, everybody, and be safe out there. Yerp!
Finish him, Daddy.